question for Brendan Summerhill when you're ready.
What do you think about your matchup coming up here in the Supers?
I'm excited. I think the boys are playing good ball, so like whoever we kind of lined up with, it was going to be what it was. But we're excited. Two pretty historic programs, so I think it's going to be cool to be a part of it.
There was the opportunity had Oklahoma won that might have had the regional here, but you guys have been on the road for 3 weekends, and other than that first game in Houston, things have been going well. Do you feel like maybe you guys, it's just worked well that you guys have been out on the road together?
Yeah, I think, just like playing a college season is shorter than a big league season or a professional season. Like, it takes time to gel. And I think, last year we had a lot of returners, but new guys this year, and we're finally starting to, like, really click. And it's, like, it's really awesome. It's so fun to be a part of. And it's seriously just, some of the most fun I've had playing baseball is with this group, and it's special.
Was Chip spot on when he said that you've been frustrated with your performances?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely not been, what I thought I should be doing. But again, like I've been saying it since February, January. Like, whether I perform or not, like, we have 9 guys, 10 guys, 11 guys that can get it done on any given day. And I think this weekend really showed that. The Big 12 tournament really showed that. Like, we just pick each other up. The bottom of the order's really gotten going. I said it after Utah about Easton and Andrew. Like, I knew they were going to get hot, and they've really got it going. I think that's been a big part of our success.
How important is it with Aaron kind of catching fire here lately?
Huge.
He's been great for a while and then had a bit of a slump.
It's huge. Like, Walt's kind of one of those guys. Like, he shows up the same every day. He's just like such a professional with the way he carries himself, and it was gonna get back to him at some point, and that's just part of the game. I'm kind of going through it now. It's the game's tough, and it's just part of it.
Being frustrated with yourself or disappointing yourself, how have you learned how to deal with that on a day-to-day basis?
It's been easier, especially like as the games become more important. Like, it's all that matters is us scoring more runs, and when we do that, like, my individual performance, and at the end of the day, it's like it is what it is. We won, and that's what's important. And especially now, like, we're 2 wins away from Omaha. I think 6 or 7 from a national title, and that's where our focus is winning. And if I'm doing well, I'm doing well, and it's probably going to give us a good chance to win. But whether I'm myself or not, we're going to keep at it.
Chip talked about that the reaction to winning on Sunday was maybe more subdued, a little bit kind of like job's not done. How do you kind of assess that and the mindset going into this weekend?
I completely agree with the skipper. I said it through the handshake line, like, job's not finished. This is step one. And it's we still feel like there's a lot more baseball to be played this season. It's not 2 more games or 3 more games. It's we got business to take care of for sure.
So you have your full lineup back after injury. How has that helped you guys mentally, like, get prepared for this postseason?
I think for me it's been a little different because I've been the one, like, that's kept the lineup from being what it is. So I was just itching and clawing to get back. But I think it really, like, eases the nerves that, like, we know every day kind of 1 through 9 is going to be the same. We're all going to be probably in the same spot just because, it's really been working. And, yeah, I think, like, guys like Gunnar and guys like Dom and guys like they stepped in and helped this team so much. And they're just, like, really, I'd call them unsung heroes to this season. They're not going to, get all the appreciation maybe that they deserve, but Gunnar, like, hadn't at bat, and then he comes in and plays really good defense and grinds out at bats for us for a month and a half, and that's that doesn't necessarily show up in the Super or in a regional or in Omaha, but that's like really important for the longevity of a season and keeping us where we needed to be, so that now we can be confident at this point.
How do you feel physically with your hand and your hamstring?
Good. We've been going at it since January, so it's been a grind, but I'm show up every day and excited to just battle for these guys.
There's something going on in the circle before the game. TJ What can you tell us about that?
So we started it the Saturday at Houston. We a little toy car or a toy, typical any type of automobile, maybe like a submarine. Smith got a submarine on Sunday, and there's been helicopters or a fire truck. But we just it gives us another reason to get excited, another reason to play. We all want to win that, and it's the player of the game that gets it. So we're all kind of like, I want it. But it just gives us extra motivation, and it's fun. It just keeps us loose and keeps us having fun. Because I remember when I was 8 years old, if I played good, I'd get a donut or a toy car or so it keeps us young. It keeps takes a lot of stress and pressure off of it.
So he reveals it before the game, and then
Yeah.
the player of the game gets it after.
Exactly.
Is TJ there?
Yeah. TJ started that.
So what are the biggest challenges you have faced in this season?
Yeah, I think the injury was just coming back from that, and then, obviously, hitting a home run on the first pitch, that's something that doesn't happen a lot. And honestly, I think it made me get my head a little big and think, I have nothing to feel out. I've got it all figured out. But the game is so humbling, and it's been just a privilege to embrace this challenge, because obviously this is, we're as a team, we're exactly where we want to be, and it's a great time personally to get going. And I think that's I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I think it helps having 30 guys in a clubhouse that will always have your back through and through.
When you talk about embracing the challenge, especially the grind longevity of the season, but also coming back from injury, so how do you personally work on your mindset?
It's tough because for 4 weeks, I was just sitting there, showing up every day, doing rehab, and then very minimal baseball stuff. So it's a lot of just positive self-talk, just reinforcement that I'm good enough, I can do it, and that's really just the big thing. And as I said earlier, baseball's got a way of humbling you really fast, and I'm not going to say necessarily that's what happened, but I think again, we're probably now game 65. I probably wasn't going to get on base 4 or 5 times every game, and that's just the reality of it. I knew that's how it was going to be. So it's just sticking with it, really, just being super strong, and not it becomes a challenge, but not getting so consumed with the result.
Are those exercises, self-talk, etc., are those easy for you personally to embrace?
Standing here, I want to say yes. It's hard when I'm facing a guy I know I can do damage off of, and I'm not doing what I feel like I could be doing, and it's getting back to the dugout, taking a deep breath, and then just getting back out on defense and making sure that's the most important thing, being where my feet are and playing for the team.
So after the win at the regional in Eugene, Chip in his post game, somebody put the bananas around his neck, and he said, "I still don't know what this means, but I'll take them." Anybody clue him in yet?
I'm kind of in the same boat. I think Clark started it last year. We kind of got it going towards the end of the year again this year. And when stuff's working, especially in baseball, you just keep going with it, and that's what we do. It's worked for us for 2 years now. So I think it just keeps everyone loose, keeps everyone not stressed out, not really looking into the fact that it's a regional or now a super regional or the Big 12 tourney. It just keeps everybody keeping it fun.
One more question. Where do you think the team has grown the most over the course of the season?
It's a good question. I think trust has just been a big thing. Now we're playing longer than I have ever at this point here at U of A. And we just get to know each other. I think that's such a blessing. Playing this long is you get so familiar with your guys, and you think you have it all figured out going into the year. You think you say you trust them, but it's you got to build that. That's built throughout a year, and it was tough because Fogel was hurt at the beginning, then I got hurt, and we've kind of had guys in and out, and it's hard to really, as you said, like with the lineup, like that's having the 9 guys, and then it's just been good. I think really growing and trusting each other, and that's been a big part of our success.
Thank you, Brendan.
Thanks, guys.
Then-